This $17,000 payment over here is all thanks to my secret weapon that I'll be showing you in today's video. My name is Jay, your no-BS South African online entrepreneur, full-time prop firm trader, and content creator that documents my journey on my YouTube channel on various ways that I use to make money online. My full-time source of income off of YouTube is prop firm trading, and in today's video, I'm going to show you my secret weapon that I use to generate anywhere between 3 and 10% per month on my $500,000 funded account. Trading is one of the most highly spoken about topics on the internet right now, and we are in unprecedented times, and I genuinely have not seen as an amazing opportunity as this since the dawn of the internet. This video is your cue to take this seriously. The best part is that you don't have to trade with your own capital. You are trading with a prop firm's capital without your risk, with far less emotions involved, making it much easier for you to manage your emotions and to execute trades and generate your profits in the market. I'm also not promising Lamborghinis and mansions at the end of this video. However, let's set a more realistic target of a gain of 3 to 10% on your account every single month, and from there you can do what you would like with that. So for example, I trade with a $500,000 account, and my target is at least between 3 and 10% on that account per month, which is a return of about $10,000 to $50,000 every single month. On average, I risk 0.3% of my account per trade for anywhere between a 1 to 3% return, which is a 1 to 5 to 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio per trade that I take. And the ability with the secret weapon allows you to literally and genuinely take 4 to 5 losses in a row, and your 5th trade still makes you profitable in the day. And that is one thing a lot of traders, especially entering this industry, do not understand about trading, is risk management rather than actually trying to capture that pinpoint entry on every single trade. In my trading system, I have about a 50% win rate to a full 1 to 10 risk to reward trade, and about a 90% win rate to a 1 to 2 risk to reward trade. At the end of this video, I'm going to be giving away one $10,000 evaluation account with my preferred prop firm to one lucky viewer watching this video. So make sure to watch this video until the end so that you can stand a chance to win a $10,000 funded account. Most traders on this planet chart and mark up their analysis on tradingview.com. I will show you my 5 preferred pairs that I prefer to trade. I usually keep them in a little list over here on TradingView: XAU USD Gold, Euro USD, GBP USD, US30, and Nasdaq 100 are my top 5 markets that I trade, gold being number 1 and US30 being number 2. So a little bit of insight into this secret weapon of my analysis, how I trade, how I manage risks, how I generate payouts from these prop firms month and every single week, is the following strategy. The first thing I will go and do is, and I do recommend that you watch this video, it can get a little bit technical. If you don't understand anything, ask me a question down below on my Instagram. I will respond to your message. I've got one indicator, and that just highlights the sessions of the different trading sessions around the world: Tokyo session, London, and US. I'm a session trader in London and US session only. So on the start of London Bell and the London session, which is this yellow section over here, this is the period of London session. The red stripe is the period of US session. I will mark out my hourly candle on the 1 hour time frame, and this is my 1 hour structure at the start of the London session. If price breaks above, I am bullish in bias. If price breaks below, I am bearish in bias. So let's continue price. This was actually a live trade I took on Monday morning, and as you can see, price has broken below this 1 hour break of structure, which shows that my bias is currently bearish on the higher time frame. I will mark out my supply zone, which is this wick zone, which I do go over more in depth in my trading community. This supply zone had the initial inefficient push with the smaller break of structure on the 5 minutes and lower time frame, as well as the higher time frame on the 1 hour. And there is also, if I continue price a little bit, as I was watching price formed beautiful double top liquidity for this supply zone, which is a big confluence factor for me when it comes to supply and demand zones and marking them out. And just as a side note, every single trade that I take, I execute on my phone on MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. If I don't have my phone, I just use the desktop app. So over here, as soon as I saw this, I entered my sell limit with my stop loss just above the supply zone at 10 pips, my target at 120 pips, targeting a total of 1 to 11 risk to reward, which means I'm risking 1% of my account for 11%, but on this trade, I was risking 0.3% for 3.3% return. TP was targeting these lower lows as per our bias, and if I continue price, we tapped in this trade and we tapped out immediately with a loss of 0.3% on this trade. I then came over to the 1 hour time frame again, where my bias has now shifted bullish because we've had multiple breaks of structures to the upside on the hour time frame, which means order flow is currently shifted bullish. I then come over to the 5 minutes, wait for price to break above or below. And as you can see, price is broken above. I then highlighted this demand zone over here, which was the last candle that formed the inefficient push, the break of structure on the lower time frame and the higher time frame on the 1 hour. I let price play out, seeing what's going to happen. Quite a bit of liquidity sitting over here in the forms of double bottoms and support lines. I waited for price to tap in on the 5 minutes, highlighted my change of character zone, which would be a break above the 5 minute structure at the top of this candle. So this would be my change of character point. I then came over to the 1 minute time frame. I waited for price to print this change of character, which we had there, which was caused by this demand zone. This demand change of character had the inefficient push with the break of structure and the change of character. So therefore I set up my trade, entered my buy limit with a stop loss of 17 pips just to cover any sweeps, targeting the nearest high at a target of 1 to 10 RR, risking again 0.3% for 3% return. Waited for price to tap in, which we tapped in over here. I marked out this liquidity point over here as my BE and partials, which was also at 1 to 2 risk to reward. As price tapped in, price reacted, tapped into partials. Stop loss was now set at break even, and this is how the rest played out. We had a full runner to 1 to 10 RR and a total of 3% secured on the account, which was a total of 2.7% on the account for this day. After this trade, I then called it a day and moved on to the next day. So just to go over the system again and exactly how it works is, if I come over to today's live price, I'm just going to remove the replay markets. I am on chart replay. If I come over to gold live price on the 1 hour, I initially had this set up this morning. I took this 1 hour candle just before the start of London session. I'm just going to replay chart price to this time. That is my 1 hour range. Let's just remove that candle. I came over to the 5 minute just before London session, an hour before. Waited for price to break above or below. Price broke below. I marked out this supply zone and this supply zone over here. In a situation like this where you've got two supply zones and you're not sure which one to choose, I will choose the one that matches all four of my criteria. That being, the supply zone must have an inefficient push with an imbalance lying below it. It must cause the smaller time frame break of structure and the higher time frame break of structure. And each supply zone must be unmitigated, meaning price mustn't have fulfilled that supply zone yet. And fourthly, that supply zone needs to have a liquidity buildup below that supply. So at the moment, this was my favorite supply zone because there was not enough liquidity buildup for this supply. As I let price play out, I saw this inducement over here, which I was now happy to enter on the equilibrium and 50% of this supply at a 10 pip stop loss. After this liquidity buildup over here, because remember, a lot of retail traders will be selling, especially on this fair value gap and the higher time frame order block, with stop losses just above and running price lower. So there is a lot of liquidity and stop loss fuel lying just above this high. I then waited for price to tap in, set up my sell limit, targeting a 1 till 10 risk to reward, risking 0.3% of the account for 3%. Price tapped in, reacted beautifully, had the change of character, and just took off from there straight to TP, which then this morning, this was actually today's trade, I secured 3% on the account, which I'm then done for the day. As for the rest of the day, there's a lot of high impact news, so I don't want to be in the market, but this was a good way to start the day and the week. And I will of course update you guys on any further trades that I take. But if you want to get access to a more in-depth 6-section course on how I trade the markets and generate about 3 to 10% of my funded account per month, over here is my Discord community where I've got an entire 1 to 6 section course on supply and demand zone basics, liquidity, entry criteria, understanding what the market's doing through fair value gaps, sweeps, and also risk management. And then finally section 6, putting it all together, and then my 2-box system, which is my entire system in a whole, refined down into a simple 20-minute video, which yesterday alone, if I come over to passes and profits, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 funded traders in one day, which was a record-breaking day for us. We've got an entire public trading floor where the public can post their trades. People busy killing it over here. Euro USD and all the other major pairs. Testing indicators, our back testing sessions, the chats where people can ask questions for support, my live signal room where I post every single live trade that I take with my markup and my analysis, my risk management optimal settings for your account, all the signal results of people taking our trades. I think yesterday we absolutely smashed gold with a 50 pip move, which was actually a partial trade trying to run to TP2 as well, which came back to break even. And also the entire community as a whole with other many professional funded traders on this group. If you guys want to get access to this group, my risk management settings, my preferred system that I use to pass funded accounts, I will leave a link down below to this Discord, which will be the first link in the description. You're also welcome to follow me on Instagram down below. And in this Discord, I will announce one lucky winner that will get a 10K account. So you guys can come over and join this Discord. And in the Discord, in the general chat, or I will actually open up a new channel under the announcement section, announcing that I'll be doing a giveaway. So if you want to get access to that, you can join the Discord down below and follow the announcement channel to see if it would be you or whoever else wins that $10,000 funded account. What I recommend you do is save my trading playlist on YouTube over here to your watch later, because I've also got tons of free courses and videos over there. You'll actually see how I started trading 2 years ago with RSI and engulfing candles and the real basics compared to where I am today. So my entire trading journey has been documented on YouTube, which is very interesting to watch. So I recommend save this trading list and also enter this Discord community over here, which will be the first link down below. So make sure to check out this trading playlist, save it to your watch later, and the Discord over here, and I'll see you over there.